Hey guys, so I filmed this look today and it's like my everyday makeup look, so keeping it really simple and low and like neutral. I've used like very neutral shades on my face. I did use eyeshadow, uh, and yeah, keeping it really simple because it's an everyday makeup look. In the morning it takes me like about 10 to 15 minutes, depending on what I do, because not every day I do the same thing. If I have more time in my hands, I take extra steps. I do extra things. I feel like this is a makeup you could use to class and work. I think this is good enough for that, and this is what I do. So before I start, I just want to say a few things. You'll see in the video I've used this palette and I really love this. And in this you kind of like get a nice it's like a very everyday kind of a palette, which I feel is amazing. And it has like pinky shades and like browns and like darker browns, and it's just amazing. So I consider myself to be of medium brown, to have medium brown skin. So for me, shades like pink, not like a straight up hot pink, but like shades which have pink in them to really complement my skin. I've used the pink eyeshadow from this palette here on my eyelid, but it actually looks brown. So that's what I'm saying. My eyelids and my forehead, it's like darker than the rest of my face. So you can use the concealer and all to set your eyelid, but that really doesn't help, because when I use concealer, like unless I'm going for a glam look, if I use concealer and just like apply eyeshadow, it kind of like creases even if I set my concealer. So what I've noticed is I just use my foundation on top, and then I use this pinkier shades, and it really complements my skin tone. If you're lighter than me, you can obviously go ahead and use brown. It's gonna look brown on you. It's gonna show up as brown. And if you have darker skin, shades which have orange, like I said, not straight up orange on your eyelids, but like a brown with a orange in it, like a burnt brick red, like those shades with orange would kind of like really look nice. Like I said, this isn't a natural, I'm not wearing makeup look. This is like an everyday makeup look, so you don't want to look too much. So that would actually show like you're wearing eyeshadow, but it would really look nice and subtle and like really beautiful. And apart from that, I actually forgot to set my face in the makeup putting part of the video, and I used to use the Urban Decay All Nighter setting spray, but it is kind of pricey and it's really precious, so I was like, I don't feel like using it every single day. So I recently purchased this Pixi Glow Mist, and it has 21 natural oils in it. I have combination to oily skin, so it says here it sets makeup, and it actually does, which is really surprising, because if it's not a regular setting spray, it rarely ever sets your makeup, although it claims to, but this actually does. And considering the fact that it has 21 natural oils in it, it doesn't make your face oily at all. It kind of like gives you glowy kind of like a natural glowy look. So I've already set my face with this spray now, so I'm just saying that I use this every day. I think I'm done with the intro, so I really hope you enjoy the video, and I don't know, maybe you'd learn something, if there's anything to even learn. So yeah.
Okay, so first I'm going to use my simple face toner, and not just to tone my face but also to remove whatever makeup that might still be on my face from the previous application, because sometimes no matter how much I remove my makeup, there's always excess, especially around the eyes, so I'm just removing it. And then I'm moving on to my Mario Badescu Rose Water Facial Spray. You don't have to do both, you can use this or the toner, but I had both, so I'm just using it. And I have added the prepping part into the video because if you want something really natural, prep is really important. So I'm just taking my Face Shop mattifying serum and I'm just applying it all over my face. Moving on to my moisturizer, I'm using the Chia Seed Moisture Recharge Moisturizer. Now this is so super hydrating and moisturizing. I love it. So I'm taking my Bioessence Bio Water Sunscreen. This is a water-based sunscreen, so you want to make sure the sunscreen that you're using suits you. You don't want it to be too heavy. That is why I love this, and this doesn't leave a white cast under my makeup. To prime my face, I'm using the Benefit Professional Primer, just the slightest amount because I only use it for under my eyes because of its creases, and whatever is left I just apply it all over my face. She pushed her wings from her. Okay, so for my foundation, I went for something more sheer, and I'm using my NARS Sheer Glow, and I'm the shade Syracuse. So I'm just gonna use one pump, and I got some on my hair, but I'm just gonna dot it all over my face, and then I'm gonna blend it. As she could roam, lift me up, can you hear me, can you hear me? So I'm just gonna spray my beauty blender with a bit of my MAC Fix Plus before I start blending. Tell the sky I'll be the blue, I'll be the blue for the eyes of the child I once was. She hears a song in the skyline, skims the earth with her wings. Girl on the horizon, leading as she lives. For the concealer, I'm using my MAC Pro Conceal and Correct palette in medium deep, and I'm just mixing my 3 concealer shades and applying that under my eyes using a brush. She dreams in days. She dreams in sunlight till she dreams in. So usually when I'm rushing, I use my fingers to apply my concealer. So I just wanted to add that in and show you guys how I do that. So to set the concealer, I'm using my Kat Von D Translucent Setting Powder, and I'm using the same beauty blender to apply that under my eyes and also to my T-zone. She walked barefoot to the sun. This is something I do. I use a darker foundation shade to contour my face, more like bronze it, giving my face the warmth, which gives it a more natural look rather than straight up powder contour that is going to make it look a bit more harsher. And I'm also going to apply it to my eyelids so your face kind of like gets a natural depth. To feel the birds at my side. Tell the sky I'll be the blue, I'll be the blue for the eyes of the child I once was. She dreams in sunlight till she dreams in. So for the brows, I use my Benefit Goof Proof Brow Pencil, and I use the shade 4. Although my eyebrows are dark, I don't go for a straight up black because that just makes my eyebrows look super harsh and strong, because your eyebrows have spaces in them, so when you go for black it just makes it really strong. But if that's what you like a harsh, strong eyebrow look, then you go for it. Also because I don't thread my eyebrows, so the shape you see there is my natural shape, so I just fill it in, refining the shape that I have. Then I take my beauty blender and I press the powder into my under eye. This pushes the product into the creases, so it sets the concealer there, and I've noticed that this really makes my creases less obvious. And then I'm taking my MAC pressed powder in the shade medium tan. This product has been discontinued, so you can use any compact powder to set your face. I'm just taking an extra step here by using my NYX powder foundation in Golden Beige, and this is a lighter shade, so I'm just using it to make my face brighter just in the center of my face. And then I'm taking my NYX contour palette and I'm taking that first shade at the bottom there. It is a warmer shade, so I'm just gonna go apply it over the darker part where I've applied the darker foundation. The eyes of the child I once was. She hears a song in the skyline. I'm taking the darker shade here. This is the darkest shade in the palette, and I'm just going over the warmer shade just now, just to increase the depth of the contour. So for the blush, I'm using my e.l.f. blush palette. I can't really tell you which shade I'm using because the shades don't have a name, and it's actually removable, so I have rearranged them, but you can see I've used like a soft brown shade, and I'm just fluffing it onto my cheeks using a fluffy brush, and the excess I'm just gonna apply it to my eyelids. Now a tip I have is to use a darker blush shade at the end of your blush just to blend it into your contour. For my eyes, I'm using my Tartelette in Bloom palette, and I'm taking the shade Sweetheart. It's a really blushy nudie pink, and I'm just blending that into my crease. She walked barefoot to the sun. Using the same brush, I'm just mixing the brown shades Flower Child and Smutty Pants, and just blending it into my lid. Taking a more pointed brush, I'm taking the shade Rebel, which is a more darker and movier shade, and just using that to line and shade my under eye. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? I want to feel the birds at my... So I'm just taking my lash curler and my Too Faced Better Than Sex mascara, and I'm gonna curl my lashes first, and then I'm just gonna apply mascara to it. I always feel like there's too much product on the wand when you take it out of the tube, so I always like to remove the excess before applying it to my lashes. Otherwise I find my lashes to be like too clumpy, and like it's always sticking together if I don't do that. She'll watch the earth move as she meets the sky. She'll watch the earth move and dream in sunlight, free to grow, free to roam. For liner, I use my Maybelline Hyper Sharp liner, and it kind of like has this felt tip which makes it really easy to apply your eyeliner. And I start from the middle and then I go towards my wing, and after doing the wing I go into my inner corner, and then I draw the line, and I draw it as thin as possible, as close to my lash line. As far as she could roam, lift me up. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? I want to feel the birds at my side. Tell the sky. And finally, for the lips, I'm using my NYX Soft Matte Lip Cream in the shade Leon. It really is a very neutral, nudie shade, and it's so comfortable on the lips. It doesn't dry up your lip too much. It's just subtle, but it's there. skims the earth with her. Although I usually go for a matte look, I just felt like using a gloss today, and I'm using the NYX Butter Gloss in the shade Pralin, and it smells so amazing, you guys. Really so good. And these two products just pair really well. It gives you that really beautiful, natural, neutral looking lip gloss shade, which I just love so much. It's so pretty. She dreams in sunlight as she dreams in days. She dreams in sunlight, she walked barefoot. And I'm done. I'm just putting on some earrings just to finish the look. And that's the end, you guys. I hope you enjoyed watching this. Bye. Her echo kissed the wind. She asked the sun to give her wings.